Hey guys, Jeeps here, and welcome back to Tribes Ascend. So, we have another update on our hands. That's right, today it is the Stayin Alive update, which, as you might guess from on screen, is for brutes. And there's my deal of the day. That has nothing to do with brutes. But yeah, because that's exactly what brutes needed. They needed more references to disco. Because let's be honest, the fractal grenade was not enough in himself. See, look at him there, doing his little disco moves. So, what all are we getting in the Stayin Alive update? Well, before we actually get to the brutes, I'd like to point you to a new button that you might be seeing on the menu here, and that's Watch Now. This is awesome. I am so happy they included this. As a preamble to this patch, or I guess to what I'm talking about in this patch, you actually have to install a kind of prerequisite program update thing when downloading this patch. That is because they have changed or modified or upgraded, however you want to put it, the in-game web browser to allow for viewing of YouTube videos and live streams and stuff like that. So, as you probably guessed, Watch Now takes you to a list of different things you can watch. You know, from a featured video, which right now is just their video for Stayin Alive, a list of pro live streams. Oops, well, or I could try and load that. Let's see, will it work again? No. Okay, well, apparently it's not wanting to load properly right now. Okay, that's bizarre. Whatever. Let's see if we go from latest... See if we... Okay, everything's just cycled weird. Whatever. Here's the list of live streams. And, you know, you can see all these various programmers and casters and all that good stuff. That's always a nice feature. You get community videos, you can get training videos. It's really cool. I'm very happy they added this. Hey, even show you how many viewers are in the live streams total. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, okay. That's because this up... Oh, okay. Now I see what was going on here. Yeah, and then you can see all the high-res videos. Training videos. This is really nice. List of class overviews, flag routes, all that kind of stuff. Very cool. Very, very cool. So, back on topic. Let's get back to what the brutes are getting. Because... well, I'll be honest, brutes have needed some work. Now, you've all heard me rant about how I don't think brutes are very good before, and I still feel I'm fairly justified in that. They just didn't do anything that other classes couldn't do better. Except for fractal grenades, which made them just a one-trick pony. Now, they have some new gear, and I don't know if that's going to change that or not, but it is definitely worth a look. So, what all are they getting? Well, a new primary weapon, new secondary weapon, and a new pack. Not a new belt item, because frankly, no one's going to switch from fractals anyway. They already have sticky grenades, and no one switches from fractals, because fractals are amazing. Let's see what they got. So, now in addition to the heavy spin fuser, you have this little gem, the Gladiator. This thing is kind of cool. I'll show you all these in target practice in a minute. The Gladiator is an explosive weapon, sort of, with fall-off, that it sticks to a surface and releases a series of 3 increasing in size shockwaves that do increasing amounts of damage. Or, if it hits someone directly, it releases the damage of all the shockwaves immediately, which I want to say comes out to around, I think it's 1100 damage? Again, we'll see it in a minute. It's really cool. It is the same, you know, one-shot clip, kind of like a spin fuser. It has drop-off, unlike a spin fuser. But I don't know, it's a pretty cool weapon. I'm interested to see where this goes. So that's their new primary weapon. As far as secondary weapons go, in addition to the automatic shotgun and the Nova Colt, oh yes, you're reading that right, they have the plasma cannon. I'm of a mixed feelings on this, just because I still have a bit of a bad taste in my mouth from the plasma gun. And this is, as best I can tell, just a harder-hitting plasma gun. As a secondary weapon. That's almost the scariest part, is they could have this in addition to a spin fuser or the Gladiator. I don't know. As a side note, I'll get to the rest of the patch notes, you know, after these major highlights at the beginning, but this is worth mentioning. They did, again, nerf the size of the plasma gun's projectile by about another 12% or so, because frankly, even after nerfing it by the massive 40%, it's still a pretty huge projectile. It is still really easy to midair with it compared to a lot of weapons. I'm going to assume the plasma cannon has the same projectile size. So, maybe that has fixed it, and if so, good. Because it's a cool gun. Don't get me wrong, very cool gun. And plasma gun, again, seems pretty cool. Alright, and lastly, they got a new pack. So right, as it is right now, they have the energy pack. This is the exact... Come on, energy pack, there we go. Same as the soldiers, just gives you more total energy. It's nice. In total, give you plus 35 if you have fully upgraded, which is nice. It makes them by far the most maneuverable heavy, I guess you could say. Not factoring in disc jumps and stuff like that. Because, I mean, the heavy spin fuser is a pretty scary thing to disc jump with. It does a lot of damage. But the extra 35 energy, that is pretty nice, given heavies don't have a lot of energy. Heavy shield pack, it's the shield pack. Same as the Raiders. It's actually quite good. But now they also have the survival pack. And I think this is going to be very interesting. This lets brutes have an obscene amount of health. So standard, it gives them plus 15 energy. Already, again, more energy than other heavy classes. Very nice. Upgrade it once, that's 200 more health. That gives them 2,800 health fully upgraded. That is a lot of health. That gives brutes some serious staying power. The shield pack already does, but this gives some other benefits. So, let's move on. You also can get plus 25% run speed, and plus 15% energy regen. This thing seems really good. Maybe, and I don't mean overpowered good, just good. Definitely better than the energy pack, I'd say. Shield pack, I could see an argument for still, because you can be so hard to kill. But this thing, that 25% run speed too on a heavy, that could make you scarily maneuverable, I think, on the ground too, which is where heavies are dirt on the ground. I mean, they're not as slow as they used to be in beta, but wow, they do not move quickly. But this thing seems pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, and one last major highlight, and this is very cool, is now, if you have bought a boost, and you have an active boost, there previously was the problem of if you didn't actually play that day, you just wasted your boost for that day. They alleviated this a little bit. You now get 1,200 experience every day that you have an active boost. Yeah, it's not much. That's the same amount you get for a first one of the day, isn't it? I think? Yeah, that's first one of the day experience. So, pretty much, if you don't play, you still get a little bit of experience from having a boost. It's a really nice gesture, I'd say. Like, they don't have to do something like that. I can't imagine most games that have this kind of experience boost system do things like that. So, nicely done, Hi-Rez. Nice gesture. I think it's cool. Even if that's not a lot of experience, which it's not, that's really cool. So well done, guys. Well done. Alright, well, let's take a look at these weapons. Let's see how these function in a very sterile environment, because I don't have any of them unlocked. Alright, target practice time! Alrighty, so let's start with the Gladiator. I have all three of the new things equipped. Gladiator, Plasma Cannon, and I do have the Survival Pack equipped. However, it's going to be a bit redundant, because, or not redundant, I guess, but pointless, because in target practice, it's not the fully upgraded one, so you don't get to see any of the benefits other than the boost to energy. So, that's unimportant. But let's start off with the Gladiator, like I said. This is what this weapon does. Shoot on the ground over here. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 3 quick explosions. Let's see it in action next to some hapless chumps. Does that. Pretty frightening, actually. I could see this being pretty fun for flag clearing. Because those explosions seem to have pretty good knockback, too. Now let's see what happens if you direct hit someone. This is where it's really fun. Boom! 1120. That's a lot of damage. I like it. Like it a lot. Next, Plasma Cannon. On a direct hit, 575. So a little bit more than the Plasma Gun does. On a splash, let's do it on someone that won't just immediately kill. How much health do you have? You have plenty. 460 to going out to around 200. Now let's check. This I feel is important. This is a test I didn't do, and I feel like I should have. I was not really doing my due diligence when I first did the plasma gun update. Let's see what the blast radius is on this thing. Or, sorry, the hit radius. Missing, 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 missing. Reloading. Missing. Okay, that used to hit. Okay, so it's... Let's see, if the crosshair isn't over them at all. So, a significant, or not significant, but pretty much one full arrow has to be over them from this range. So that's pretty good. I'd say that's a lot more fair than it used to be. That's good. So, they might have finally gotten this thing to be not so overpowered. That's good. Let's reload. I'm going to show off the fire rate. I believe this is around the same as the plasma gun. It might be a little slower. So that's your rate of fire. Still pretty quick for a weapon like this. Still pretty nice. But yeah, that looks like that's going to be our weapons. Let's just throw a fractal down there because they're fun. Have fun, guys! Now, last but not least, a few final patch notes. Again, I will link the full patch notes in the description of this video, as always, if you want to read all the little fixes and details and stuff. But a few other little weapon balances and things like that that are worth noting. First of all, the Jackal for the Infiltrator has been slightly nerfed, 4% or so damage reduction. I think that's pretty good. The Jackal, it was overpowered on launch before they nerfed the airburst thing, but was brought more or less in line. It's arguably was still a little bit too good, but this might fix it. It was kind of in an awkward place of it was reducing its damage by too much would just render it useless. So I think they've been trying to figure out exactly how to do that, and this might do it. 4% is not a lot, but it didn't need much. Secondly, and this one is actually, I guess, more significant, they have buffed the Rage perk, which I think, see, I don't have at all. Rage is it's the flag defense perk. You get massive energy regeneration rate increase. Massive if you have fully upgraded, plus 150% energy regeneration fully upgraded, as well as a 25% heal. And now, what they have done to increase this is they also give you minus 35% mass. Now, this may sound weird until you think about it. This means you can disc jump real fast. And with your crazy energy regen and the fact you're getting that immediate heal, that can be really nice. You can chase after someone really quickly. They've also increased the range to which it works. So the range you can be to the flag when the flag gets grabbed, at which Rage will activate it by about 1/3, so 33% increase. That's nice. I don't have Rage unlocked, as you can see. I've never used it, and I guess for a Doombringer, the knockback thing is useless. So, I don't know. This could be nice for... I guess this is nice if you're playing maybe medium on flags. You know, if you're playing a soldier kind of defensively near the flag. This could be really nice because it can let you just rocket off after that capper. And with your crazy energy regeneration and the fact that soldiers already have a ton of energy to begin with, I don't know, this could be pretty nice with that new buff. I don't know. I really have no experience with Rage. If you know more about this perk and feel like you're better equipped to comment on it, please, by all means, leave a comment in the description. And finally, and this is again, in addition to the nerf to the plasma gun that I mentioned previously, the 12% impact, or not impact, projectile radius nerf, is they have also increased the soldier's proximity grenade. Let's go take a look at those. Again, another weapon I haven't really ever used, but they seem pretty decent. It's damaged by about 3%, so that's not actually very much, but proximity grenades seem kind of cool. But again, never used them. I just have the frag grenades unlocked, and I really should unlock anti-personnel grenades, because these things are horrifying. I don't play soldier that much. I did a lot when I started. But I don't know. That might make proximity grenades more useful. Again, if you know more about proximity grenades, if you can comment better as to their usefulness, please, by all means, leave a comment, and we'll talk about it. It'll be great. Alright, guys, that is it for the Stayin Alive patch. Hope you've enjoyed this look. I hope you've enjoyed the game. Alright, guys, I've been Jeeps. I'll talk to you guys later.